Hey everybody, hope you're having a good Tuesday. I'm ready to try play testing while creating a character on the Easy D6 system. So what I've done here is made a couple of rules, a few pages. So I want this to be a rules light system, basically. But let me know what you think of this new angle here. So I've got the creating a hero. You spend 3 points. Points spent on hits give more life. Points spent on combat give you a bonus to your attack roll. Points spent on move increase your movement has a base of 4. So if you spent 1 point, it would give you a move of 5. Points spent on spells means that you can cast that many spells. I'm trying to think if I change. Oh no, I'm not going to do. I was going to do advantage, where you take the difference between the attacker and the defender's attack rolls and only apply that to the die. But I've changed my mind on that. Simply because I'm having trouble keeping track of it when I play test it, and so I think probably a lot of people would, right? Don't you love how messy my desk is? Isn't that glorious? So I've done away with that for now. I'm trying to think what else I might add. So the combat. What I was thinking with the combat here, I'll get my my minis here. So what I'm thinking with the combat is I'm thinking that there should be an initiative system. So let's say the black die here, black orange die. Is that, can you see that well enough? I don't think so. All right. Let's say the white die is the hero and the orange die is the bad guys. So you'd roll to see who gets to go first. Bad guys get to go first. Hero goes last. So then they would just take turns going back and forth instead of everybody moving at once, right? It starts with, and then you can move whoever you want. Right now, I've got some for the solo game of this. This isn't so much a solo thing here. Right now, I'm just trying to get the basics of the rules down. So what you would have is you would have the monsters would be able to move, or the one monster would be able to move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it would engage. And these would be considered engaged. Now, as soon as they're engaged, a combat happens, and you roll the combat, and you keep track of the damage that way. Now, the hero can move now. Now, the hero could try and break away, which would obviously allow the attacker to make a freebie attack or give a bonus to the attack roll. I would say something like giving them a +2, right, to the attack roll, something like that. Or the hero can just attack. So if the hero attacks, well, the hero got a 5, monster got a 2, so the monster takes a hit of damage, probably taken out, who knows. So then, on the monster's next turn, another monster could move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say. The hero doesn't get another turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. The hero doesn't get another turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And so what I'm thinking in terms of, if there's 2 heroes, right? Same thing again. Let's say they're fighting the enemy, fighting. All right, reroll that one. Okay, so the heroes go first. So the hero decides to engage. 1, 2, 3, engages. Combat happens immediately. Uh-oh. The hero gets a 6 and a 1, so 7 beats 4, so does damage to the monster. Now it's the monster's turn. If this monster wasn't dead, the monster could attack the hero again. So combat's really fast. Or another hero could move in and engage this hero. Let's do that. Okay, the monster gets a 5, beats that. So the hero takes a point of damage. Now it's the hero's turn. Since this hero already moved, this hero could move. So this hero's going to attack that monster. The monster gets a critical. Ooh. Does 2 points of damage. So this hero is a hurting unit. Alright. Now that's it for the hero. So the monster can move. This monster moves up. This monster, because there's already a monster that's attacked, this monster gets a +1 to its attack roll. So this monster, whoops. Oh, I'm going to re-roll that again because I don't know what I rolled. Alright. So this monster rolls a 5. Hero rolls a 3. Hero takes a point of damage. Hero still can't move. So now this monster decides to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Attacks this hero. Ooh, gets a critical. So a 7. It's not double that, so it's not 2 damage. It's only 1 point of damage. So this guy's taking 4 damage already. So we maybe have to check his armor and stuff. So that's the idea of the combat. That'll be how it works. Can you see my face in here? I'm not sure. No, good. So that would be how I expect the combat would work. The next thing is on the magic spells. I made up a list of just quick sample spells. I think they look pretty good, so probably keep that. So what I was thinking with that, here I've got a little sample character sheet with the spells. The number of spells you get is the number of random spells you get. Now, after looking over my last that last video I made about game mechanics, I saw that I had different difficulties for increasing powers of spells. I thought that's a really neat idea. So I thought a good rule for this would be spell burns. So if you, say, had 3 spells and you wanted to cast a spell, where do I have? I have a list of some example spells here. So here's some starting spells. So let's say you want to cast Flash, right? So there would be a base Flash, and then there would be a stronger kind of Flash. And in order to cast a stronger kind of Flash, you'd have to spend 2 points. Or you'd have to, in other words, burn a spell. So you would have your spells down here, your random spells that you selected, you could cross 2 out. And then you could cast the increased power one. And then, you know, might even be able to go up to, like, you have to burn 2 spells, say. So that would cost you 3 spells to cast 1 spell if it's like super powerful. Something like that. So was that idea. So it's going to introduce burning. Spell burns. Now, the other idea I had for this is that every hero begins with 1 attribute. But later on, I would like to introduce guilds. And when you join a guild, it'll give you a boon. And as long as you belong to that guild, you get the boon. And the boon could be casting new kind of magic. So if you join the Necromancer, all of a sudden you could cast Necromancer spells, and you get some random Necromancer spells. Or you could join a Gladiator, and Gladiators could maybe ignore 1 point of armor, or 2 points of armor when they attack, something along those lines, etc. Those will be guilds. So I haven't actually written guilds in here yet, because this is a first level character. You wouldn't get a guild until you were, that's another thing that's changed here, is I've got hit points 3, but it's not hit points. Haha, trick. It's actually hero points. So this is a 3-point character. In other words, it's got 3 hero points. So I've spent 3 points on, or I can spend 3 points on the actual character. So hits is what is actually hits, and hero points are up here, which is 3. So 3 would basically be a starting hero. So I was thinking of doing MP for monster points, for monsters, but With monsters, you can just put it all in, and the rules don't really apply, because monsters are monsters. Rules never apply to them, right? So boons are for guilds, your current guild, and hero points are to buy up stats, to buy skills or increase skills. Or you can spend it on spells to increase your spells. Like that. All right. And also I moved armor, because this is just, even though this is just a preliminary character sheet, I still want to keep track of how it flows so that when I do actually go to make this game and make a character sheet, I can get it so that it makes sense to players. So these 4, not attributes here, but these 4 stats here, you can actually spend hero points on, but you don't spend hero points on armor. You actually purchase or acquire armor, and that gives you hero points. The other thing is that the hits, you write down your hits, and then you keep track of your damage. Instead of subtracting from the hits, I think it's better to add. So I think it's better if you have 4 hits, then you keep, oh, I took 2 damage, and you write 2 down there, right? And then your armor can get damaged. So if you've got 2 points of armor, you can put, 2 points off of the armor. So you can keep track that way. And I think that that's easier. And then after the combat, you can just erase it, right? And then you can actually start a hero off with 0 hits, as I said before. Dangerous thing to do, because if you have 0 hits, it means you get hit once and you're instantly wounded. Which is all that means. If you go to 0 hit points, you are wounded. Now, if you want to make it an OSR kind of game, then you go to 0 hits, or you go below 0 hits, you're dead. So 0 hits is not wounded, but below 0 hits is wounded. You know, the other possibility is like if you go to -3, then you're dead, right? But I don't really like keeping track of negative numbers. Seems like a lot of people don't understand them. And I don't really want this to be an OSR kind of game. So I'm just thinking if you go below 0, you don't really need to keep track of minuses, because you know, that might be complicated. But just if you're below 0, it means you're wounded. And then I'll have a wound table that you roll on to see how wounded you are. So skills work by an n in 6, where n is a value. Skills start at 2. So you always start a skill at 2 and 6. And then you can add hero points to increase that. So I can go from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. 5 is maximum. So 6 always fails when you're trying for a skill. Keep it simple, right? Keep it simple, stupid. So that's the idea there. Now let's see. Alright, so I am actually going to attempt, because I've got enough preliminary rules here, enough of a skeleton now, to actually attempt to create a hero. Now, I can't guarantee this is the way it's going to absolutely stay, but it's a fun start. So here we go. 3 points. So I'm going to make this guy, thinking about this, I want this guy to have, let's see, 1 hit, +1 combat, and +1 on move for a move of 5. Alright. So then I would have to roll for attributes. So the attribute would be a 6, so that's on a D3, it would be this table. Roll again, it's a 5. Magic resistance. Woo! Ooh, that's nice. Alright. Magic resist. 2 and 6 magic doesn't work. So this is permanent. This is permanent. The attribute stays with the hero forever unless, you know, something changes it or whatever. Oh, spells is 0, so this guy doesn't cast any spells. So this is somebody casts a spell on him, say want to heal him, didn't work. That's kind of shitty, right? But this again, I'm using this instead of race. So if somebody decided, oh, I want to play a dwarf, this sounds like a dwarf, then you could say, okay, this is Craig, the Dwarf King. Right? So this guy's, I don't know if you can see that or not. Maybe I shouldn't have zoomed out so much. I just thought it might be easier to see. Because that would kind of sound like a dwarf, right? So don't get any boons to start with, although that may change when I make the guilds. I think maybe heroes will get a guild to start with. So you get your attribute, then you get your guild, and then I should make a note of that now. Guild boon. Alright, so that'll be your guild boon, and then your guild will be up here. And then you only have one guild at a time. That's why there's one boon, but you can change guilds is the idea. Alright, so the next one would be skills. So I rolled a 6, so that one again, and a 6. Yeah, seem to be rolling really high. Okay, so sense motive. Alright, you start with 3 skills. Okay, so that one again, and 6, so sense motive is 3 and 6. And then one more roll. 1 and 4, stealth. Which is just sneaking around. So stealth becomes 2 and 6. Alright, so far here, Craig the Dwarf King has magic resistance, 2 and 6. Now this can't be bought up because it's an attribute. They can't be bought up. Same with boons, won't be able to be bought up. They're just innate abilities. Okay, he doesn't have any spells. So equipment. Now I've got equipment. I just made up a quick equipment list. I don't mind it, actually. I think it's kind of fun. May end up keeping this, depends. Because the idea behind this game is I'm going to release it on Etsy as a kind of a zine to start with. And then as it gets more and more complicated, or if people actually are interested in it, then I'll think about sort of making it better and better, increasing it, making it better and better. All right, so let's try again here. Although I'll probably just keep releasing stuff, you know, through my social media and stuff like that. And also I have the Easy D6 website, so I'll probably start releasing stuff there too. And I have the name of a world for it, which I really like the name of the world. All right, so the first one, again, you get 3 rolls just to see what you have. Shield, +1 armor. Next roll, 4, should be, oh, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, this one. Why did I do that? 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. All right, that's better. All right, so then roll again. See what I get. 6 small war pony. Ooh, nice. Okay, it's perfect. This guy's a dwarf, right? I think you probably be. I mean, you don't have to be a dwarf. A person could just be whatever the hell they want, right? Okay, and the next one is this one, and 2 large iron pot. Large iron pot. All right, and money is 2d6 coins. So ooh, 11 coins. All right, so that's the hero, Craig the Dwarf. So I'm going to try it again. I like him. Guild. Just to keep track that is what I'm going to do. And Guild boon. All right. So again, 3 hit point character. So I get 3 points to spend. Now I want to try something a little different. I'm going to put 1 point into skills. I'm going to put 1 point into combat and 1 point into spells. He's going to have 0 hit points. All right. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot this guy. As he starts here, has 1 armor. So in combat, this guy would count. Crag the Dwarf King would have 2 hits. So you're not starting out that tough. You want to have a party and you want to gang up. Because remember, like in the combat, the heroes, strategy is going to be quite a thing because it's really going to matter when you get a +1. Let's say there's even 3 heroes, for example, against 1 enemy. So this hero closes, they fight, this hero comes in to fight, this hero gets a +1, this hero moves in, this hero gets a +2. Because so long as these guys have engaged with the enemy, further engagements get a bonus to the attack roll. So makes for good strategy, right? Okay, so I've spent 1 on combat, so 1 spell. So let's go with the spells here. What have I got for spells? I actually don't mind the spell list either. Once I introduce guilds, then I can get sort of more nuanced. And it can get more like that, there's my equipment. Well, where did I put my spells? Weapons? Now I made a list of spells. Organization is key. Magic. Starting spells. There we are. Alright. So let's roll for spells. Let's first off roll for attributes. So we have some idea maybe of what this hero is like. So let's try 4. Alright. 6. Lucky. Ooh. Attribute is lucky. Can re-roll once per encounter. Nice, I like it. That suggests to me that a halfling, if we're going to go with stereotypes. Alright. So what else did I put in? Okay, and I put 1 into skills. So I wanted to do that because I thought it'd be a good opportunity to show skills, which are where? Here. No, that's not skills. Skills here. Okay. So with skills, I've got 1 point invested, so I can use that point. I only get 3 skills, but I could use this point to buy an additional skill roll if I wanted, or I can increase a skill. So let's find out what kind of skills I get, just generic right off the bat. All right, so I get climb. Oh, okay. Climb, which is 2 and 6. Okay, so that one is a 6. Sense motive again. So sense motive, kind of like alignment. I don't use alignment systems in my games. Even with D&D, I usually just ignore it. That isn't how the world looks to me. But there is intent. And sometimes knowing the intent of a creature, whether it's intending to harm or, yeah, basically intending to harm, can really alert a hero to danger. So this gives, you know, sense motive is basically to alert the hero if there's danger coming from a sentient creature. Or even from an animal, like if a bear, you might be able to sense motive a bear. Oh, the bear, he's just wandering through, interested in berries somewhere. Or, no, the bear is actually interested in you. I don't know if you've ever encountered a bear or not. I have, quite a few times. where I live. The bears exist. And you can't tell by looking at them whether they're coming at you because they're going to just go somewhere, or if they're coming at you because they've decided you're lunch. There's no way of telling. Sense motive would allow you to tell. And then sense motive might allow you even, you know, say in a bazaar and you're trying to sell a sword. Is this guy trying to rip me off? Well, sense motive might give you a hint. Now, I haven't written this out yet, but the skill rolls are made by the GM, if there's going to be a GM. If you're playing that sort of game. If you're playing a random game, then obviously you're going to know the outcomes of your own rolls. But players, you know, shouldn't know the outcome of their hero's rolls. So the GM can roll and then just announce what the hero thinks, right? Yeah. And that way, because that just keeps the realism, not realism so much, because I mean this isn't really real. It's just trying to keep the immersion, the suspension of disbelief. If you know all your roles and outcomes, mind you, if you want to play that way, more power to you, right? It's just a suggestion. It's the way I like to play, but not everybody does. That's fair enough. 6, survival. Okay. So all of these are 2 and 6. So what I'm thinking, 2 and 6, 2 and... So what this hero is going to do is going to spend that point on moving sense motive up to 2 and 6. Alright. Oh, I spent one on spell, so let's roll for starting spell. 5. Oh. Alright. 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. There we go. Alright. 6. Friends. Oh well. It has the spell Friends. I don't have the spells written out yet. Your enemy is now your friend. Alright. So then I will roll equipment. Let's see how this hero is equipped. 4. So you can buy more equipment if you want. This is just sort of a primer, right? Plus you don't start with a lot of money. So leather jacket, +1 armor. Okay, let's roll again. 1. This one, ooh, a weapon. Good. A sword. Nice. A sword. +2 attack roll. Ooh, nice. Alright, one more roll. 5. And 5. Water skin. Water skin. Alright, I put down 2 gallons. If I remember correctly, a gallon is a lot. I haven't used imperial measures in forever. So I'm thinking 2 gallons is too much. Make it 1 gallon. Even 1 gallon, I think, is a lot, isn't it? But anyway, we'll make it 1 gallon. And then roll for money. 10 coins. Alright. Need a name for this guy. Well, I think it's a half fellow. I think he is a she, so let's call her Felinda, the half fellow. All right, Felinda the half fellow. So there we go. We've got a party here. We've got Craig the Dwarf King and Felinda the half fellow. All right. Well, if you've stuck through this far, please consider giving a like or a thumbs up. And subscribing if you haven't, because I'm going to keep on building this game, adding to it, and then eventually publishing it somewhere, somehow. I'd say it's looking pretty good. It's coming along. Alright, thanks for watching.